morning, everybody. Welcome to Kingman Fire Department submission for the Arizona Burn Foundation Cook Like a Firefighter Challenge. Today we're going to be making Firehouse Fry Bread. It's all happening right here, right now at Kingman Fire. Okay, everybody, again, thank you very much for being here. This is the Arizona Burn Foundation, and it's a Cook Like a Firefighter Challenge. This is Kingman Fire Department's submission for that challenge. Again, we'll be cooking Firehouse Fry Bread. My name is Captain Tanner Miller of Engine 231 on C Shift for Kingman Fire Department. I'd like to introduce my crew. Starting out is Donnie Gilbert. He's our engineer paramedic, and he'll be working on the Hamburger Meat and the beans for us. Next is our firefighter, Morgan Rosenkrantz. He's going to roll out some dough and help us with that. And then finally is our other firefighter, Michael Perkovich, and he'll be helping out everywhere we can. And we're all going to be eating, and hopefully we can give you a recipe that everybody will enjoy. All right, thank you again for being with us. Welcome to Station 3, Kingman Fire Department. And for you, those of you in the fire service, you know how important meals are. It's where we decompress. It's where we get to know each other. It's where we build these lifelong relationships. And this is one of the favorite meals we do. So to start with Firehouse Fry Bread, we're going to go over the recipe, right? So for our dough is where we start at. Very simple. We start with 2 cups of flour. We will get 1 tablespoon of dry milk, 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder. We have about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and we do have 1 cup of warm water. For whatever reason, the water has to be warm. I've done it cool. It doesn't come out the same, and that's what we go for with that. And again, this is proportionate. So if you have a family, a wife, a significant other, and 2 children, this is good, 1 dose. If we have another family coming over, maybe 2. For me on the shift, I'll make at least 3 of these. And then for those of you on shift, this might be something we mixed the night before, bring in a Tupperware just so we have the dough balls, and we'll kind of get to that stuff. So now we have our ingredients mixed up in our bowl here. We're going to add it to our mixer here. KitchenAid is usually the best, but anyone will really do. And then I use the hook attachment just as the best for really kneading the dough. So what I like to do is put it in dry, very low stir, and we're just going to start working it. So now we're going to add our 1 cup of warm water. All right, everybody, so while our dough's mixing, we'll go ahead and talk about the ingredients. What makes fry bread so cool is we have a huge variety of things we can do. So this is some of our toppings. We will have the meat with the ground beef. We also have refried beans. It goes really good with it. Of course, your cheeses. Sour cream is another favorite. We also have guacamole, which is chilling in the fridge right now. We have some diced up jalapenos, some lettuce, some pico de gallo, a little onion, and then we have some chopped up bell pepper. One of our favorites that we cook with here is green sriracha. You can only get this at Safeway. A lot of people know the red sriracha, but green sriracha is another favorite. And then just something really simple too is salsa. So you can get as complex or as simple with all your toppings as you want, just depending on your audience.
Okay, so guys, we're going to be moving on to the hamburger meat and the beans section. So one thing to remember is we're going with direct proportions. So we call for a set amount of taco seasoning, which is 1 package per pound of hamburger meat, which matches up to every serving that you make for the dough. So if we're doing 3 servings of dough, we want to make sure that we're doing 3 pounds of hamburger meat, 3 servings of taco seasoning, along with, it ends up 2 cups of water, because we're looking at 2/3 cup of water per section. So we're going to go ahead right now with the hamburger meat. We're going to add the seasoning. We're going to sprinkle the seasoning through as it's cooking. And then we're going to add the water. And we're going to stir it up for the duration of the cook, making sure that it's thoroughly mixed. So while we're mixing this, we're going to mix it up and we're going to let it sit a little while so that the meat absorbs the water and absorbs the seasoning. So I'm going to let that sit. We're going to move over to the beans. We have the beans going. We're going to make sure that they're mashed up. So it's just refried beans, but we make sure that we mash them up. Again, with this one, we just want to make sure that we have plenty of beans for the fry bread.
All right, guys, so our meat's cooking in the back. Donnie's working on that. While that's cooking, we're going to go ahead and get our dough out. So it's still in the mixer. There is times, depending on how we mix it, It will be a little slimy or sticky, but we can beat that with flour, so that's a big trick. So this is, if you guys have small children or people that want to do stuff, this is their favorite part, just because it's a little messy. So first we want to get our flour from earlier, and we're just going to sprinkle it on a counter as long as we disinfect it and go from there. And then we also want to add some to the roller, just like that. So again, disinfect your counter. We want a nice flat surface that we can make the dough and do what we need to do. So at this point in time, Perk is going to shut down the mixer. And then what he's going to do is grab some dough. And again, it's a little sticky, but we want to get just about a little handful. And as you play with the recipe and play with what you're doing, you can get them really big or smaller from there. So it is a little sticky. If he wants to just reach down here and get some flour and add it into that, it'll start kneading up good for us. And then we just want to make a nice ball just to prep it for our rolling. All right, so once our dough's formed in the mixer and we get the consistency we want, we're going to pull them out and just form a nice ball out of the dough. Again, we're looking for something smaller than a baseball, but bigger than a golf ball. So just kind of in that middle area. If you do have a big eater, you can make a bigger one. If you have children, you can make them smaller, just kind of depending on who's going to be enjoying them. And this is something that take you a few times to learn to get the right size. But once you get it down, it should be good, smooth sailing from there out. So now that our oil's ready, we got it at fry bread, we're going to go ahead and drop it down in here. We want to be careful because the oil is hot, it's going to pop, it can do things, but again, we just want to get it in here and get it cooking. As you are cooking, it could form bubbles. Bubbles are going to change the taste or consistency of it, but if you're OCD like me, you can reach in with a knife or fork and pop the bubbles as they come up. And we just want to get a nice, good fry to the side of it. Kind of similar to a pancake. You want to feel when it gets a little firm, and that's how you're going to know when it's time to flip it over. So again, you can reach in the oil and test it, and you're going to feel the firmness of the underside as it cooks. As we turn it over too, you're going to see more bubbles. We can pop those as we go. And then you should see a browning of the dough itself, just to kind of let you know it's done. So after we get it good and cooked on both sides, we're going to pull it out. And what I like to do is line a cookie sheet with paper towels. And this just helps kind of dab out some of the excess oil and makes them less greasy. And then we can set these aside as we prepare more. Okay, so I know now that we made our fry bread, everybody's question on their mind is what's for dessert, right? So if you do have enough room for dessert, you can make an easy dessert out of this, just changing the ingredients. So we're going to go ahead and just grab another fry bread. We'll come over here, just sprinkle some powdered sugar on there. This is something the kids love every time. So a little light dousing of powdered sugar. Throw a little honey on. This is a dessert everybody around will enjoy. All right, everybody, we want to conclude. We're getting ready to dig in. Our favorite part of making the meal is when we're going to sit here and eat it. Enjoying some good conversation with our crew. Thanks again for watching. We really appreciate your vote. Again, Kingman Fire Department, we're Engine 231C shift. We appreciate your support. Please get on and vote. Please try this recipe. Let us know if you like it. If something different, any kind of variation, something cool you did with it, let us know. Stay safe out there. Take care. We appreciate your support.